Salut tout le monde! Welcome to another episode. A little bit tired. Just had a 6-hour drive. It's been a couple of years since I've been here. Where's here? Hurricane Performance. 2 years since Dave and the crew here kind of changed my life. And it's time to level up.
I'm on my prime, I'm feeling like Steph. I get my shot and I promise it's wet. Waited too long, but I told him I'm next. I need my bag, just want me to check. Cable was mine, I ain't taking less. I told them all I'm as real as it gets. Shit be a shit, dog, I'm cutting the net.
All right, you guys have seen the thumbnail. You know I'm at Hurricane. You know the engine's coming out, but I haven't told you what's going on yet. We're getting more power. How much power? Yet to be determined. But it's definitely going to have a 3 at the beginning of that number. So we're shooting for 300 plus. We'll see where that ends up. So a couple of things need to happen. Engine needs to come out. Luke here is going to tear apart the engine. The head's going to have to be sent out to get ported. Bottom end's going to get some new pistons, some new rods. What else did we talk about, Luke? Oh, yes. And then a new head gasket and then some new stronger studs as well. And then lastly, on top of all of that, it's gonna need a little bit of a turbo upgrade as well. So it's gonna get a new turbo package.
Time is like money, that's why I done made it. I sweated, I'm spending a lot. They never seen the hours I put in to get here. They only just see what I got. I spent my time in the lab all this winter. I sweated this summer it's gonna be hot. I cannot lie on this shit. I paid a lot for this shit. They got some money to spend. I got some money to get. I gotta talk on this shit. I swear I told them I'm here. I feel like I'm in the league. I just keep making these hits. Took a little break, but I swear that I'm back. Go and ask anybody, put a city on the map. They was trying to call when they sent a contract, but I never reply unless they send it for the max. Everything I said, man, they know it's all facts. Told them if they wanna burst, then they go and get text. Told them last year that I'm coming for it all. Won't check the numbers, dog, I'm putting up stats. Yeah. I'm on my prime, I'm feeling like Steph. I get my shot and I promise it's wet. Waited too long, but I told him I'm next. I need my bag, just want me to check. Cable was mine, I ain't taking less. I told them all I'm as real as it gets. This shit be a shit, dog, I'm cutting the net.
All right, so
yeah,
how would you break it down?
Yeah, start off. When you came the first time, it was 190 horse stock Mach Z. And we did the first kit, which is just 230s. Now it's going to be going up to somewhere around 300 horsepower, depending on what we actually find on the dyno with the new package. We are seeing the need for sure above 230 horse. Maybe you're going to have problems, especially when you're going from 230. Well, what's made for 195 horsepower, you know, then you've got to build it up to handle 300 horse, 350. You know, overbuild it, and then you don't have to deal with issues. So we're going to go into top to bottom. It'll have a ported head and adequate valve job to match with that. Head studs and a fancy head gasket. We're gonna have pistons and rods in the bottom end. You know, when you start pushing it really hard, you will probably see some problems with the stock pistons. They're not cut for the job. So far, we're changing rods just out of we know where the limits are, but we haven't really seen a lot of problems with rods. It's just pistons. But when you go in there, you might as well do both. Mm-hmm. And people always want more. So just putting pistons in is usually, oh, well, can you get me a little bit more horsepower? Yeah, and the motor's already built, so you just do it anyway.
You know, the main question is why can I have a winder throw on a tune and get 300 horse out of it, but then I've got to do all of this?
Yeah, why is it so expensive for the same amount of horsepower?
Yeah.
It's nearly 10 times expensive, you know. You do a motor and a turbo package and an ECU for a Mach Z, you're looking at maybe 17 somewhere in there, you know, maybe a little less.
Yeah.
And it'd be about $2,000 for a 270 tune sidewinder. So, you know, those are just general numbers, but the cost difference is incomparable. Mm-hmm. Well, it's only because of how underbuilt for horsepower the Mach Z is. That 900R motor and the old one, they are just not fit for more than what they're designed to do. And to be fair, from SKIDOO, that's a fair thing to do. You don't give them any extra, because why would you? Plus, the turbo always being spooled up, it being as small as it is, gives the characteristic that it's more naturally aspirated and better fuel economy, these other things. But when you're in our world and you're really pushing it, well, you got to go somewhere. So you got to build the motor to handle the horsepower, and then you got to upgrade turbos and wastegates and ECUs and injectors and pumps and everything, all the components. So everything has to be upgraded because none of it was built big enough. Versus the Sidewinder, the turbo stock can easily make 325. Like, that's an easy number to make with an IHI turbo.
Right.
So it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
This winter, El Nino will play a significant role in the weather pattern across Canada. So milder air comes in from the Pacific, you get less Arctic outbreaks, and generally a warmer weather pattern also means less snowfall. No! Below seasonal snowfall out west and below seasonal around the Great Lakes as well. We are going to be into a mild start. The month of December forecasted mild just about from coast to coast to coast.
Okay, it's been a minute. I am back. It's been a few months. I don't actually remember when I was here, but it was pre-winter.
Probably all the winter, yeah.
Yeah, it was the whole winter. Now it's beautiful, sunny, 16 degrees. And I'm picking up the sled. It's ready. Dave's had some challenges. I'm hoping to get one test ride before. It's definitely not happening here. But we've got our fingers crossed for maybe one last blast of winter that I can at least take it out on the river or something and get the feel. But I wanted you guys to hear it directly from Dave because he can better explain exactly what's been done to update this basically from the 230 kit to the 3. When I dropped it off, it was supposed to be a 300 kit, but now it's a 310 kit.
So this has been a process. One of the larger projects that we've done. You know, the 310, which was originally, I said I would make 300 and I wanted to do it on pump gas. It's been an evolution, to be honest, since 2019 with the 900Ts. To make a long story short, we had to reinforce the pistons. We had to put new pistons in it and connecting rods and head studs, port the cylinder head. We had to develop the turbo. There's been more than one company involved in all of the development here and the R&D, and some of it worked better than others. So we had to go back and we see deficiencies, so we redesign, and I think it looks like we're at a point right now where we can say, yes, here it is, durable. We never really had a problem with the durability of the engines. A lot of it was durability of the turbos. Even the cylinder head porting, we had to redesign a little bit here and there over the last couple of years. I said I would make 310 or 300 horse. Oh, well, what happened? The day that we made the horsepower, we started low on boost and we started bringing it up, and I'm tuning and I'm listening for knock through a stethoscope. I made 275. I was on 91 octane. May contain ethanol, just like it says out of the pump. And then I switched over to a 90, I added octane boost. So I switched over to about a 95 octane. I wanted to retain the pump gas, but I needed to go higher in octane. And then I started turning it up. Well, quite honestly, I made it to 303. And I didn't hear any knock. So I turned it up a little bit more and ultimately made it to 308. And I said, well, I think I can call this a 310, but I got to make 310 when I do. So we turned it up and we did make 310 and I stopped there. I feel that that's enough. A good compromise for pump gas. You know, 91 is trail gas. 95 is octane boost in trail gas. And that can be an aggravation. So we made two modes. We made the eco mode, the 275 horse for 91 octane. It starts automatically on that mode. And then we made it so that when you change the mode over to sport mode, it's 95 octane. So you got to put octane booster in it for that. Both tunes are fast.
Time is like money, that's why I made it. I sweat it, I'm spending a lot. They never seen the hours I put in to get here. They only just see what I got. I spent my time in the lab all this winter. I sweated the summer, it's gonna be hot. I cannot lie on this shit. I paid a lot for this shit. They got some money to spend. I got some money to get. I gotta talk.
Okay, first off, what the fuck was that, right? So that my friends, is what I'm calling the Spark Cart.
Took a little break, but I swear that I'm back. Going ask anybody, put a city on the map. They was trying to call when they sent a contract, but I never reply unless they send it for the max. Everything I said, man, they know it's all facts. Told them if they want a verse and they go and get text. Told them last year that I'm
Latest project. Yeah, it's not sledding related. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You may or may not know this. I'm on YouTube because of my passion, my love for making entertaining videos for you guys. And I want to do that year round. And the truth is, if you have a snowmobiling channel, your views kind of look something like this. Yep, a lot of peaks and valleys and only a few months out of the year. So gotta spread the love a little bit. I really gave this some thought. Like, what would you guys be interested in? Definitely want something entertaining, something different, something that's never been done. So that's what I'm building. I say never been done, I'll say that loosely. There's a company in Florida that makes these. So I'm definitely not the first, but I'm trying to do my own design and improve on that, plus do a DIY version. So I hope that you can subscribe and follow along. I've already started the project, started filming, but it's gonna kick into high gear right now. And I'm looking to build myself my ultimate mini jet boat. I'm on the beautiful French River here. There's tons of rapids and areas that I'm unable to explore that I would love to explore. And if you're about that, subscribe, come on, tell your friends about it. Let's go. Let's do something good. I'm pumped about this project. But that's not why you're here. You're here because you want to talk about this BRP 900, not the 900 Spark. So it's been about a week now since I brought the sled home, and I've been playing the waiting game a little bit, checking forecasts, checking trail reports, trying to see if I'm going to ride it this year. And yeah, it's not happening. Yeah, it's terribly disappointing, but it makes no sense. This winter did not go as planned. If you're watching this, you're a sled head, and you know this is no news. This is the worst season that I remember ever. It's been brutal. I gotta be honest. Couple of things were against me. One, I was not prepared for this much of a shitty season. And two, things did not go as planned with the upgrade on this, as you know. The plan for me was to drop it off, late fall, early winter. His plan at that point was, hey, we're going to give you 300 reliable horsepower on pump gas, going to be ready around Christmas time. I said, perfect. Plan was film there, go back Christmas time, film a second time, bring it out on the river, on the trail, get my first impressions. That would have been one video. Then from there, obviously would have been testing and more videos throughout the season. I had kind of like a race series planned. I had plans of putting this sled up against some other heavy hitters, some other 300 plus horsepower sleds, right? A lot of cat sleds out there, winders. And then maybe I thought, let's even put it up against the 850 boost. So maybe the Polaris and maybe the new SKIDOO Mach 850. So, in a nutshell, that's what I wanted to do, put it up against these sleds. Inevitably, I would figure out some weak points with the sled. I already know it's more or less stock. I mean, I've added 96 studs to it when I first got it, and outside of the tune, it's pretty stock. But now, having over 300 or 310 horsepower, it's definitely going to need more studs. I got to figure out what I'm going to do there. Suspension, yeah, it's got to be upgraded. Then that's going to mean probably a new carbide setup. I've got different recommendations from the guys at Hurricane to maybe do a big wheel setup. Anyway, lots of options. That was my vision for this season. Please, if that's something you're interested, comment down below. Let me know, what do you guys want to see next season with this sled? I'm here for you guys. Let me know. But definitely everything I just talked about, that's my goal for next season. Let's get after it. I mean, I can't fucking wait to get on this sled. So unfortunately, season 2024 has to kind of come to an end right here. Trust me, boys, I really wanted to get this out, not only for me, but for you guys. The river still has some ice, but it's melting. It's not safe anymore. You know, neighbors' fields talked like there's nothing. I don't know. That's it. I'm actually just realizing now that I didn't even give this a start or anything at Hurricane, so I can't leave you guys hanging completely. Let's fire it up. Let's get some revs, maybe a two-step. Let's see what this sounds like. Dave tells me that it sounds a little bit different. To run it in sport mode now, to get the full 310 horsepower, Dave says I need 95 octane, so that's basically like 91 octane with some booster. So I'll throw some fuel in, start it up, hit the two-step. Let's see what it sounds like.
I'm on my prime, I'm feeling like Steph. I get my shot and I promise it's wet.
Sounds pretty mean. Talking next to it, I don't know what that sounds like, or it's always hard to give people a true appreciation of what something sounds like, but I've got a couple of different microphones here, and that's something that I take a lot of pride in, making things sound good on these videos. So know that, especially moving forward, I love how it sounds so far, so I'm going to do a good job at capturing the sound for you guys. So we're just going to let it warm up, get up to temp a little bit. I might have to open this door here. Probably a good idea. No snow. Look at this fucking shit. So this is temp right now. You'll see it's at 48 and we're in eco mode. Push and hold this button here. That switches it to sport. We're talking back and forth. We'll keep that in sport. And then the other button, this guy, changes the temp to boost. See, negative 7 pounds of boost there. So those two controls haven't really changed. You got the one button that switches between sport and eco mode, and basically now I've got eco mode is at 275 horsepower and sport is at 310. Yeehaw! And then that other button is to go between temp and boost. So keeping it on the temp right now. We're gonna let it come up some more, and we'll give you some revs and a little two-step action before we go. Just before we do that, I do want to give you guys a huge shout out. Thank you to all you guys for tuning in, for helping the channel, helping it grow. I appreciate all of you guys. Again, all I can say is I'm so sorry for 2024. 2025 is gonna be epic. You agree? Let me know. Let's go. 2025, please. Snow gods, let's make it good. All right, let's do one more step. Thanks for joining, boys. See you in the next one.
Yeah.